Dumela Chomi, welcome to Gossip Cafe. Igama lami, okay. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning Sabi, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. I'm sorry that I was away for the past week or over a week. I was booked off by my doctor because I showed signs of exhaustion. I felt dizzy, like I didn't even want to eat. I was just exhausted. I felt so tired, and obviously I was booked off and I had to take it easy, and I feel better now. I feel rejuvenated. I feel like I can do more and more videos again, and obviously if it comes to the point whereby I still feel that I am tired, I'll have to take a break. Obviously, girl is cooking. Maybe this is but anyway, we are about to dive into this best star or Thabo Besta and Dr. Nandi Magudumane's story. Obviously, I didn't do much, or I didn't even do anything on this story, so I'm gonna be talking about when they met and all of those things, and till now. Obviously, I'm not gonna put all the details of the arrest and all of those things, but maybe there's more videos that are coming through, because this story is like unfolding every single day. I think every single minute or even every single hour there's something new that we're learning about Uboni and Clyde of South Africa. So Dr. Nandi and this guy Thabo Besta are our Bonnie and Clyde, our second Bonnie and Clyde. If you don't know who is the first Bonnie and Clyde in South Africa, then you should watch these true crime stories. But anyway, let's dive into this video without wasting any more of your time.
Welcome to Gossip Cafe.
So firstly, it was in 2006, yes, it was in 2006 when Dr. Nandi was actually a student in Wits University. As you all know, girl is so smart but stupid. I just had to throw that one there. She's very smart and stupid as well. So they met up during the time that Dr. Nandi was studying in Wits University. So at that time, Thabo Besta was actually running a modeling agency and a modeling promotion, or rather a promotional agency, whereby Dr. Nandi, during that time, she was one of the girls who are doing these promos of the promotional agency. So you all know that these girls are doing promos for like tobacco and alcohol and all of those things. They are beautiful, and Dr. Nandi is extremely beautiful. I can just imagine the time that she was a student in Wits University. So fast forward, guys, because wow. In 2011, obviously at that time, from 2006, something developed between the two of them, and at that time actually Thabo Besta started his stupid stuff, or started his very traumatic stuff that he was doing rape or raping girls, recruiting girls on Facebook and all of those things. I mean, at that time Facebook was new, and obviously a lot of people thought that this is my opportunity, I'm getting the opportunity to become a model and all of those things, and they actually fall for it, and Thabo Besta did his thing that he is known for. But anyway, in 2011 they lost contact, and at that time it was the time that Thabo Besta got arrested, convicted and sent to prison because he actually murdered his then girlfriend. Murdered, rape and murdered. So obviously at that time where all these things were happening, he had this girlfriend that he had. I just forgot his name. I think it was Nompumelelo, if I'm not mistaken. He had this girlfriend. They flew to Cape Town, and at the guest house Thabo Besta did his thing and obviously ended up killing this girl. And when I saw one of the articles that he got an interview that Thabo Baxter was actually in love with this girl, but he says it was a mistake that he ended up killing his girlfriend. This is so sad. So in 2013, Dr. Nandi actually got her degree or whatever. She graduated and all of those things. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm getting this one right, because I don't want to mess it up. Girl who educated, girl, smart girl, but who's stupid girl. So Dr. Nandi, 2013, Dr. Nandi graduated from Wits University. She holds a Bachelor of Health Science in biomedical science, a Bachelor of Medicine and a Bachelor of Surgery. She got married to Dr. Mkhuseli Magudumane in 2013. Oh, this girl was like, everything was just given to this girl. Everything she worked for, it was just handed over because she worked hard for it. Obviously, you cannot get all these bachelor's degrees and all of those things without working hard and without being smart. She is a smart girl, just a stupid girl. Kanti Mkhuseli Ntombi, Mkhuseli, what is it that you were not doing to Dr. Nandi that Dr. Nandi had to fall for a convict, for a rapist? But guys, let's talk about this. Thabo Baxter, I'm sorry guys, I know this is a sensitive story, but Thabo Baxter is hot. Thabo Baxter is cute, guys. Thabo Baxter is cute. You know when a guy is cute, I don't know. I mean, we fall for different types of people, but I've got a thing for these. I think Dr. Nandi has got a thing of these hot guys, like really hot guys, but very dangerous guys. I absolutely adore, I absolutely love these rough and very beautiful guys, but very but anyway, let's move right along to another year that all these things were unfolding. So between 2014 and 2015, Dr. Nandi was working. Just listen to this. Dr. Nandi was working for Edenvale, or was working in Edenvale Hospital. Just listen to this. Dr. Nandi's life was like a fairy tale life, like everything that everybody is like wishing for when they are very young, that I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to graduate, I need to get my own house and all of those things. I think each and every step of the way Dr. Nandi was getting each and everything. I need to get married, and Dr. Nandi actually got married. Like I'm so stressed. I'm so stressed. This girl just played with her future. Like, you are, guys. Like, So in 2016 to 2017, she worked for a Far East Rand hospital. And at that time, during those periods, she opened her own Optimal Medical Solutions. So she had everything figured out. I mean, her husband was a doctor, and she is a doctor as well. So I would think that they did really have money to do all those things. But obviously, one of these things sometimes are red flags, that you just graduated and all of a sudden you're opening your own business, and it's a successful business, and you're rubbing shoulders with celebrities. Like Hassan. So by that time, guys, she started contacting or having contact with Thabo Baxter while Thabo Baxter was behind bars. I don't know if he was actually behind bars or something, because this story is so confusing and this story has got too many layers in it. You never know what was going on at that time. And at that time, Dr. Nandi is married and having contact with Thabo Baxter, and on top of it, visiting Thabo Baxter while Thabo Baxter was in prison. Guys, so guys, in 2018, she got a spot to the Mail and Guardian Youth in South Africa, obviously South African list. So obviously those are her accolades, one of her accolades. This girl was like really doing it for her life. And I'm the Jaja saying, I am Jaja told me, dem Jaja Jonga, I am Jaja Jo, dem Jaja. So on one of the affidavits that she has in 2020, she says that she actually got engaged to Thabo Bester. How do you get engaged with someone that is in prison while you are busy with another man? Like Dr. Nandi, make it make sense. You know what? I feel like Dr. Nandi is one of those children who were so with favorite children, so she is actually suffering from favorite child syndrome, that she is rebellious. And I don't think she got to be rebellious when she was young, and she decided to be rebellious at an older age. Obviously she's not that old, she's very young, but obviously she did not actually rebel when she was young, and now she is rebelling with someone who's dangerous, because you never know what could have happened to Dr. Nandi if only Thabo Bester started doing the same thing. I feel like Thabo Bester is actually on his way to become a serial killer. If they don't stop him now, if they don't send Thabo Bester away for a long time without anything, without getting contact to anyone, without any shenanigans that are including our own SAPS and all of those things, Thabo Bester would become a very dangerous serial killer. So that's what I'm thinking at this point of time, and I hope it doesn't go that far. So in 2021, actually, Dr. Nandi's practice, or Dr. Nandi's license to practice as a doctor was revoked. Not even revoked, let me say suspended. It was suspended. Obviously you need to pay a certain amount each and every year or something like that. I don't know, something like that. I'm not a doctor, so I have no clue how these things works. But it was suspended by HPCSA, if I'm not mistaken, HPCSA, yeah, to practice. But for that matter, for that day, Dr. Nandi was still practicing, and your celebrities were still going to Dr. Nandi, even though she was her license was suspended as a doctor. So, but how do you know? How will you know? I mean, Dr. Nandi was one of the biggest doctors, like influencer doctors online and stuff like that, and she looked beautiful, she looked legitimate and all of that. So you wouldn't know exactly if this is legitimate or not. But obviously she earned her stripes, she earned the term doctor, but obviously the glitches of not paying or whatever, I don't know what happened around there. And at that moment, at that time, she founded a renovation company. So Ugel was doing the whole thing with all this fraudulent stuff that she was doing with Thabo Bester, because at that time Thabo Bester is behind bars. Oh, we know that he is behind bars, but he was running multiple businesses while he was behind bars, including businesses that he was running with Dr. Nandi. Because this one as well, this renovation, Thabo Bester was within it. And obviously Dr. Nandi was buying cars like she was buying a bubble gum, and cars that like luxury cars. So there was a lot of money in that thing. I mean, I know doctors can get a lot of money and opening the first business, and all of a sudden you open another one and red flags. So on the 16th of March this year, now we fast forward to this year, because this year things are coming up, everything, the revelations and all of those things. On the 16th of March, someone posted obviously that they saw, obviously that lady actually, I don't think she was actually posting because she saw Thabo Bester, if I'm not mistaken. She was posting because she saw Dr. Nandi, and she thought that Dr. Nandi was cheating, or she thought that Dr. Nandi was with another man while she is married to a different man. So it was posted online, and you know what happened. Obviously, it was also Dr. Nandi confirmed that Dr. Nandi and Thabo Bester fled, or Dr. Nandi actually is on the run with Thabo Bester, because obviously they fled their Hyde Park mansion. They had a mansion, they were renting a mansion. You know how much is to rent, how much to rent a mansion. How much that was happening. So they fled. Obviously a couple of days ago we learned that they actually got apprehended in Tanzania. Tanzania. So you telling me that they were able to flee South Africa and go straight to Tanzania, because our borders are just bleeding. There is no way that you can do all the shit that you're doing here and you fly away, or you just walk across to another country and be fine. And what I'm thinking right now is they were actually destined to go to Europe, because obviously they got to Tanzania, and I think they changed their names and stuff like that. And apparently, if I'm not mistaken, Thabo Baxter posed as an American, someone who is from America or someone who is from the United States and all of those things. And obviously they were going to fly off, and they were not going to be caught again, and they were going to continue doing the shit that they were doing somewhere else. It's either they were going to fly to Europe, or they were going to go to the US, but it's not easy to enter the US. But obviously this is Thabo Baxter that we're talking about. This person is just devious, this person is conniving, this person is just a liar and all of those things. What you don't know also is Thabo Baxter was caught with a handful of money when he was 4 years old. So he knew what he was doing when he was doing it now. I'm not blaming him as much. There's a lot of things that are going on here. There's a lot of psychological things that are going on here. And I feel like if we can dive deep and think and just research about his whereabouts, his upbringing and all of those things. Obviously there are some things that we know about his upbringing, but what can we do? Thank you so much for watching till this far. Please do me a favor, subscribe if you are not, and I'll see you on my next upload. Like this video. Mwah. Bye.